I think you have received the file given to you by your boss or colleagues, including data from different months, but each month's data is placed on different worksheet. You need to put the data together to do the full year analysis, and the next month's data came. You need to redo it. However, have you ever thought that Microsoft Power Query could help you solve this problem easily? Hello. Welcome to my channel. I'm Anthony. If you want to know better about Microsoft's Power Platform and its related application methods and tricks, remember to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Remember to open the little bell next to it so you won't miss any new movie notifications.
In this example, we have salary schedule from January to March. We need to be able to do it in a dynamic way, so when we get data for the next months, all we have to do is refresh our report and update it in real time. In every tab here, we have an Excel table set up. That starts with the salary and an underscore. And then the first three characters for the month name. All the tabs have the same layout. We know to be able to combine these together, we have to send these tables into Power Query. And one way to do that is to go to Data, from Table/Range, and create a connection to each table. So then I'll be sending this back to the workbook, but as a connection only. Because I don't want to duplicate the data, I'm only going to create a connection to this. But then I have to repeat the process for February, March, and if I have new tabs, I actually have to repeat that process. But I don't want to do that because it can get really annoying. I want to build up this to be fully automatic. There's another way to get this done. Before to do so, let me delete what we create first. Here's how I can do it in one step. Go to Get Data from Other Sources, and let's start with a blank query. Inside the formula bar, type in =Excel.current workbook. This is the first choice in the drop-down. Select it. Open bracket, close bracket, press enter. And we have all the tables that are sitting in our current work. This is the name of the table here. Notice that there is an expansion button there, which is great because if I expand these tables, I'm going to get all the data one by one. Now you could decide to keep the name column to provide context for your data. Expand it and uncheck Use Original Column Name as Prefix and then click OK. Now I can go ahead and make my adjustments. Notice this time I don't get the column headers inside the dataset once I append. That's because I'm working with Excel tables. The first thing I don't need is the unofficial staff. Let's go and filter that out. Filter does not equal unofficial staff and then OK.
To join the column of staff ID and staff name, we need to hold the Control key and select the staff ID and staff name. Transform. Merge column. Choose the proper symbol to connect the two columns. And give the name of the newly column, staff ID and name. Press OK. Power Query would combine the two column in one newly column, called staff ID and name.
Choose the document name. So click the split column and get the name of the month. Now, I wanted to grab the month from the document name. And that's right here. And rename the column to month. Choose the column that we want to keep, the department, staff ID and name, nature, actual salary paid and month. After we choose the column, click the removal column and choose to remove the other. Power Query would remove the other and keep the column we highlight. Now let's take care about the types. To select everything, transform, detect data type. Double check if they're okay. This looks good. Before we leave and giving a name of this blank append, all, salary. Our steps are recorded. Let's send this to Excel. Let's just go with the default and send this to New Sheet. And this is our consolidated report. I have data for January, February, March. This is all connected to my source data. So if some data changed here, so let's say in January, instead someone with 1, delete the 1. Let's just go and refresh this to see what we get. Click refresh. Something is not right. Take a look at this. We had a lot less rows. Right mouse click, refresh. It is just getting bigger and bigger. Why? The reason is this report is also a table and it is also being included in our end results. So it's basically being appended to the other tables. Let's go and take a closer look. Go all the way back to the source step. That's my final report. It's being included in the append process. So in the next step, when I go and expand the content, that table here is also being expanded and added. I need to exclude my end result from the rest. Now this is up to you how you do it. You could use the filter and say it doesn't equal, type in your end report. Or if you have a pattern, and like I do in this case, I'm going to go and apply a filter that has the salary names begin with data underscore. Anything that begins with salary underscore. Okay, so anything that begin with data underscore will be included. If there is a table that doesn't begin with this, will not be included. Now let's go and update this. And now I can refresh again, and this table will not be included. Now you wouldn't have this problem if you created a pivot table out of this, but because we created a table, it's getting included. Now talking about pivot tables, let's actually load this instead of a table into a pivot table report. Existing worksheet is okay. And we're going to replace. Let's take a look at the salary value by month name. Update the design to show in tabular form. And let's quickly update the number formatting as well. To just use 1000 separator. Okay, so things look good. Now does this update if I add April date? Let's try that really quickly. I'm going to copy of April data. To be consistent, double-check the table name and also updated it to April. And replace the document dates, go to Report, right mouse click, refresh. And my April data is there. I'm going to copy of April data. To be consistent, double-check the table name and also updated it to April. And replace the document dates, go to Report, right mouse click, refresh. And my April data is there.